going to pick up now with I'm going to continue my gambling study, and this in here is I'm going to talk about selfishness. And this in here mostly I'm just going to go over. I'm going to go over some verses on selfishness and a few examples of a couple of people in the Bible that were selfish. Cain. Genesis 4:8-12. And Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel his brother and slew him. And the Lord said unto Cain, Where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? And he said, What hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. And now thou art cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. And if you read also a little later, a few more verses down, it talks about him saying that a man's going to seek to kill Cain because of what he done. And he just talks about men seeking to kill him. And he says, oh man, I'm cursed to you, and ain't nobody going to kill you. I'm going to set a mark upon you that no man would dare kill you. And by the way, I believe it that Cain never repented of his sins, and as far as I know, went to hell. Just think about that. And some people want to say, why did Cain kill his brother to start with? Well, one of it was because Abel was righteous and Cain was not. Cain was evil. But you could also say it was a type of selfishness. Abel obtained favor with the Lord because he brought a blood sacrifice. Cain did not. He brought a sacrifice of his fruits and vegetables, and God had no respect for it because he said, I want a blood sacrifice. He wouldn't do it. He said, he had this idea of, you're going to accept my sacrifice, you're going to just have to like it, you know. You're going to just have to like my sacrifice and just take it or leave it. God didn't take it. So he was, in a way, he was selfish of his brother. And you see what it cost him. Next one is Nabal. This is Nabal is the wife of Abigail. I mean, not the wife, the husband of Abigail. And she later becomes David's wife. 1 Samuel 25:10-11. And Nabal answered David's servants and said, Who is David, and who is the son of Jesse? There be many servants nowadays that break away every man from his master. Shall I then take my bread and my water and my flesh that I have killed for my shearers, and give it unto men whom I know not whence they be? Now Nabal was a blessed man at this time, and what's going on here is David sent his servants to get to receive some of his blessings. He wasn't trying to say, yeah, I'm going to get a part of it. He kind of he'd been blessed, and he wanted kind of like a goodwill type thing, goodwill offering type thing from Nabal. And they showed kindness to Nabal. They didn't come there saying, you better give us something, we'll hurt you. They just come and just requested it. But the problem here was you see how Nabal treated them. He disrespected them and treated them like they were a bunch of dogs or something. And said, I ain't giving y'all nothing. Who do y'all think y'all are? You think I'm going to give all my stuff to a bunch of people like you? I don't even know you. Get out of here. I ain't giving y'all nothing. And I ain't going to give nothing to David. I ain't going to give nothing to nobody. It's my stuff. And listen to this. Listen to what happens. 1 Samuel 25:13-15. And David said unto his men, Gird you on every man his sword. And they girded on every man his sword. And David also girded on his sword. And they went up after David about 400 men, and 200 abode by the stuff. But one of the young men told Abigail, Nabal's wife, saying, Behold, David sent messengers out of the wilderness to salute our master, and he railed on them. But the men were very good unto us, and we were not hurt, neither missed we anything, as long as we were conservant with them when we were in the fields. Now this is 1 Samuel 25:17. Now therefore know and consider what thou wilt do, for evil is to turn against our master and against all his household, for he is such a son of Belial, that's the devil, that a man cannot speak to him. 1 Samuel 25:21-22. Now David had said, Surely in vain have I kept all that this fellow hath in the wilderness, so that nothing was missed of all that pertaineth unto him, and he hath requited evil for good. So and more also do God unto the enemies of David, if I leave all that pertain to him by the morning light, any that pisseth against the wall. 1 Samuel 25:37. But it came to pass in the morning, when the wine was gone out of Nabal, and his wife had told him these things, that his heart died within him, and he became as a stone. And this is verse 38. And it came to pass after 10 days, that about 10 days after, that the Lord smote Nabal, that he died. Now y'all listen to that for just a minute. What happened? He railed on David's servants. They came to salute him and kind of ask for maybe a goodwill offering from him. He railed them and sent them away, treated them wrong, mistreated them, and the servants of Nabal said, these men didn't treat us wrong. And now we feel now something bad's about to happen. David's going to come and do some damage to us, and he was. But I skipped through some of the verses because I couldn't fit everything in here. But basically what happens is David's servants, after this happens, goes and tells him what happened, and he basically says, men, get your swords and your shields and everything. We're going to kill wipe out the entire place. He wasn't going to just go back and kill Nabal. He was going to go kill everybody. David was going to go get his men, go to Nabal's house, go to his land, and everything, kill him, kill his wife, kill his servants, kill everything. Wipe the whole crowd out, because they were enemies of God. They were enemies of God and of him. And he said he wasn't going to leave nobody behind. But when they told Abigail, she goes and without telling her husband was drunk at the time. He went and had a party, made a little feast for himself, got drunk. And she went and got several asses, or donkeys, and put a bunch of food and wine and stuff all over them, and took them to him and said, here's your gift, here's an offering, please, I want you to have mercy on me for my husband. He's messed up, he's a fool, he's just messed up, he's a son of Belial, but Lord, I want to find favor in your sight, please don't do it. I want him to get right, I don't want you to hurt him, have mercy on him. And she kind of just pleads for his life and hers and the servant's life, and offers him things. And David hearkens to her and says, I was going to wipe out the whole crowd, but you are a good woman, and you really do care for them, and I'm going to hearken on to you. Thank you. He turns around and he leaves. Him and his men, they go home, they take the offerings, and they leave. But then she comes back to Nabal, and he's still having his little drunk party. But eventually, after the wine goes out of him, and after the wine goes out of him, and she tells him that you were about to get killed. If I hadn't stopped David, he'd have killed you. It says here that his heart become as a stone, and he died. His heart died within him. Something happened. It sounds like it's almost like a heart attack or something. But it was probably so much fear telling him because of this, because he says he found out how close he come to getting killed right there, and then 10 days later he died. And by the way, and then the Lord gave her David as her husband. I'm telling you, this selfishness, see what happened to these two men over selfishness, they died. They were judged. I think both of them went to hell. Again, you want to be selfish and just sit around and saying, this is all my stuff, you can't have it. I care about me and me only. It's all about me. That's what gambling will lead to that too. It's all about me, the all about me mentality. Everything belongs to me, everything's mine. I'm gonna be attached. You get attached to, for instance, when you gamble, when you get to your winnings, you're attached to everything that you win. You're attached to everything that you play, and you have no time for nobody else. Again, it can lead you to losing your family, destroying your life, losing all of your money, losing your possessions, becoming poor, and eventually it can lead you to your death as well. All right, I'm going to continue on in part 3.